Good evening. Coming at you live from the garage on 5 hours of sleep and a long week of special ed. But that's alright, because we're here to talk about musky lures. And in all transparency, I've had this tackle talk literally sitting here for like 3 weeks just trying to find the time to record it. So the angles aren't great. The lighting's probably suspect, but we're here. We're talking about musky lures, and we're gonna get it done. I don't care. I mean, that's what we're doing. If this is anything, it's just real right now, and this is life. So spring is on the way. The weather's warming up. It feels nice outside for the first time in months, and I couldn't be happier about that. So anyway, I'm going to dive into some lures that I have recently received, or mail that I've recently received from some of my good friends and connections within the musky industry. And we're just going to run that down quick. The last one did pretty well. It seemed like there's a pretty positive reception to me just spattering off about things that people send me. So we're just going to do it again. I don't care. Whatever. So some of the stuff I've bought, some of the stuff has been sent to me. Some of the stuff I've used before, some I have not. So you guys can figure it out from there. It just, yeah. Musky season is on the way. I'm pumped for it. And anyway, let's just dive right in. So starting us off here, I placed an order with TRO because like I was getting Yamo and Barry were giving me a hard time for not having any gloves this past fall, so I got some Aftco breakwaters after seeing them on Mayhem's 10,000 Casts and Keys Outdoors. I was like, I may as well give them a shot. So they seem pretty legit. I don't know how much I will use them this spring with the availability that I have, but if there's any cold days on the water, I'm definitely going to give them a shot. Quite honestly, I feel like these gloves are too nice to even take ice fishing. So that's where I'm at with the breakwaters. They're probably just going to go in my box until May, and if I have a cold day on the water, well, I'll have them. So that's that. Very recently, I got in touch with Ethan of Bigfoot Baits. He sent me a little care package for the early spring, as we were talking about pre-spawn muskies. Here's his bluegill color. Really cool stuff. I think he's out of West Virginia, if I remember right. Recently at the Muskie Max, his baits have been crushing quite a bit. You know, his Twitch program fills a pretty unique niche for me, given that his baits are a little bit smaller than some of the stuff that I normally throw. So excited to have these in the lineup. I was asking him about client baits, and he said as long as they can cast them out and reel in, they should work just fine. Oh, I almost forgot. I saw these when I placed that order with TRO. These like Savage Gear little clip-on weights. These will be cool for running live bait in the summer/spring. It's one of those things that I don't do as much as I should here in the spring, is run live bait, whether it's bluegills or crappies or whatever. I really should do it more. It's legal. I can do it. I should do it. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna try and make an effort to do that, and just having little clip-on weights like that should be, I don't know, should be helpful, because changing up the weight quickly like that will allow me to adjust depth or take depth away as that live bait is running out the back of my boat. Speaking of small twitches, I know that's a little out of order. I planned a much more seamless transition, but we got the 6-inch Ridgway Custom. I know I featured this in another video, or maybe that video hasn't dropped yet. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Matt dropped the 6-inch Ridgway Custom. These will be available at the Wausau show. They're just freaking money. I don't know what else to say about them. They're just great. I haven't even thrown them yet. I am so pumped to throw them. Probably tied for the bait I'm most pumped for this season with his 6-inch squirrely tail. And he's got a little narrower profile on these, but all of the normal mojo that Matt brings to the table with his baits. Yeah, just really excited to throw these. He sent me two. The Night Eye that he sent me is already in the box. That thing probably will not leave the box. I know that it is hard to also beat Fireball, so it just is what it is. I mean, very fortunate to have a couple of those like prototype 6-inch Ridgway Customs. Those things are going to be fantastic. I already know that they're going to just catch this season. Moving on, we got some fun ones from Rusty. Again, we've got the 5-inch Fortune Teller and the 5-inch Sick Sucker. Both of these were just absolutely wrecking stuff last spring. And I really wanted to have a backup of each, just in case the worst happens, you lose something or something gets messed up in the net or whatever the case may be. I'm just excited to have a couple more of these. This color is, you know, Ben has crushed on in Canada, in Iowa, everywhere. Brian has crushed on the crappie everywhere. So I was like, hey, that works for me, Rusty. Just send me one of each of those. All right. Someone's going to give me a hard time for this, but Ben Duke was kind enough to use his connections to send me a couple of tubes. I'm not a tube guy. I probably should be a tube guy. You know, fishing with Gus a couple of times, he is a tube guy and talks about how effective these baits are, and it's probably something I need to throw more than I do. But Ben Duke was kind enough to send me a couple of his own custom rigs that he makes himself, so I'm excited to try those out. And a couple of guys that I've had in the boat talk very highly of the tubes, so we'll give them a shot and see what happens this season. All right, a couple others that recently came in the mail. We've got the Musky Candies. This is the deep sniper, I believe, and then this is the jointed shallow sniper. Upon the package arrival from Cullen, each of my children promptly claimed one of these. Willow's favorite color is purple, so I'll let you guess who grabbed which one. But anyway, very excited to troll these around. Maybe even cast them a little bit. I've had a bunch of his baits before, but just not really have had the opportunity to run them as often as I should. So hopefully like this season in the Northwoods when we're going on pontoon rides and hanging out with the fam, you know, we can chuck a couple of those in the prop wash and just see what happens. I know Willow will be excited to chuck that around, so, or drag it around, I guess, if we're trolling, whatever. It's late. It's late. Sue me. I don't care. All right. A couple others here. So from Bam Bam, we've got the 7-inch swim fin, the bait that I am probably most excited for, tied with Ridgway's 6-incher, squirrely tail. But this thing I am pumped for. I know Taylor Flannery has been talking about how he likes to put a big 3-aught in the front here, like a BKK or an ST36. I just put two 2-aughts on it. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, I just need to mess with it more. I haven't had the opportunity to chuck it as much as Taylor, so I'm not saying that he's wrong. I will probably end up changing to a single 3-aught, but he did say a 4-aught was too big, so just take that for what it's worth. Anyway, super pumped to throw the 7-inch swim fin. I think that this is going to be a very, very key part of the program pretty much all season long. Couple others from Brady that I'm really pumped about. So he recently started painting some of his baits just to add a little bit more of a dynamic to those baits. It's actually pretty wild how much just a little bit of black paint will add to those baits in terms of just upping the dynamic of those baits and the contrast in the water. I don't remember what he calls this one. This is like an orange unicorn criminal unicorn maybe is what he calls it, but really pumped for this one, especially when the water gets kind of stained here in the fall. You know, that unicorn pattern just sticks out like a sore thumb. It is just such a great pattern for that time of year and that type of water. Can't say enough about the pearlescent unicorn in that particular scenario. His painted one that I'm most excited for by far, we've got the orange belly, well, I don't know if it's a walleye or a perch, but this thing is just awesome. I can't remember what he called this, if it's a fireball perch or something like that, but just again, you see how much dynamic, how much more dynamic the bait is by just a little bit of black paint. So I know that the paint is super volatile, so I appreciate Brady taking the hit on that one and putting ventilation in a shop to kick out some awesome baits like these. But super pumped to throw this. I mean, those of you who fish fireball color lures know that they work anywhere and everywhere, so just having something like that in the arsenal after the season that I had with them last year, I just can't say enough about it. So really looking forward to chucking that thing around. It should be awesome. Alright, next on, well, there's not really a list, but next on the agenda I've got a couple of bucktails that have been sitting for a while. From Kyle Hunsater from Huntsy Tails. I got one of his bangers with one of my blades. I sent Kyle a few of my blades just to say thanks to all the people that mutually support us, and I gave him a couple with question marks and he was kind enough to send me one back. So thanks, Kyle, much appreciated, and we're gonna do our best to get this thing absolutely crushed in 26. Speaking of my blades and my people, KV was kind enough to shoot me one of his baby bat eggs with my blades on it. That thing looks absolutely incredible. In one of his colors, he calls this thing Purple Tiger. I mean, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. Look at it. It's stupid. But cannot wait to chuck this thing around. Appreciate you, KV. Thank you. I don't really get a lot of my blades back, especially when I send them out to those who I want to spread the love, so to speak. So I appreciate KV sending some back. So thank you, Kyle, thank you, KV. Cannot wait to rock these things this coming season. I've got a huge box here from Barbarian Braid, or Barbarian Enterprises, Barbarian whatever. I don't know what Alex is going to end up calling the thing, because clearly it's more than line at this point. But anyway, let's start diving in. Got a jointed swim bait here. That looks like it's not going to suck. Kind of a bluegillish, shaddish pattern. That'll get some run time. Has a rattle in it too. So I don't know what kind of witchcraft Alex is cooking up. Ouch, ouch. I did already upgrade the hooks on this one, by the way. I don't know what kind of witchcraft he's cooking up there in Canada, but this thing looks like it should really perform. I'm sure it's probably a blank of some variety that he is utilizing, but I recognize that the eyes on it are similar to the ones that he uses on the piranhas. So there is that. Ouch. My hand is bleeding now. Thank you, owner hooks. Obviously, got some line in here. Can't beat that. Line for live bait, line for casting, the 80 pound. I think it's all 80 pound. Unless he sent me some 50 for bass fishing and downsizing. More 80. Love it. Can't beat it. Be good to go on live bait rigs. Damn it. Alright, got a couple swim bait heads. I know. I crap on, you know, the open rigs, the harnessed rigs all the time. I get it. But there is a time, there is a place, there is an application for these things. The application is not ripping weeds, because it will ruin your bait faster than, you know, you can put it back together. But at the same time, there's definitely an application for those types of jig heads, whether it be literally jigging, picking the size of swim bait, whatever the case may be. There are applications for those things, so I'm happy Alex is filling that gap. Alright. Got a couple other killers. What the heck? Must have slid out of there. Another piranha. Can't beat that. I mean, if you want something different that other people aren't throwing, that other people aren't utilizing, go on Barbarian and talk to Alex, whatever, get a piranha. I mean, it's a vibrating metal bait, a lot like a lipless, but not with the rattles, obviously. And it's just different, it's unique, it thumps super hard. Again, it's one of those baits that I don't throw nearly as much as I should. Alex does an incredible job painting them. As you can see, it's kind of like a black walleye, black perch, whatever you want to call it. One that he is protoing a little bit this year that I'm gonna mess with is the smaller version of the piranha. So like the mini piranha, it's about an inch shorter. The scale is a little different, but I'm really excited to throw this around because again, the big one thumps hard, but it's, you know, it struggles a little bit to jig it. You almost have to troll it, or you have to like burn it in for it to work the way that you want it. He has told me that this one, you don't need to do that as much. You don't need to burn it. You can jig it. You can troll it still if you want, but just that smaller profile. I'm probably gonna rip this thing around in the early spring a little bit just to see what happens. I don't know. It's just it's a really unique bait, and really no one else out there is making anything like this. A bigger blade bait for muskies. We got some others in here. Alright, so Alex sent me something really unique that's kind of a play on the scopers, a couple of the scoper lures that have come out. I don't have a live scope. I'm a special ed teacher, so the realistic nature of affording a live scope escapes me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something else snarky to say, but I don't really have anything. If you want to use it, go for it, but I just legit, it doesn't fit in my budget. But this is called the Closer. It's a ripping kind of lure, very similar to some of the stuff that Rappala's been putting out lately. My camera's struggling to focus on it. Again, Alex does awesome work with it. Probably where I will use this season would be over sandgrass, deeper applications where I'm fishing like over 10 foot deep and specifically trying to get a bait down that deep, and just obviously something a little bit different than what is normal or what those fish are normally seeing. But those fish that are eating over the sandgrass are eating perch that are literally this size over that sandgrass, that are eating the bugs coming out of the sandgrass that are hatching. So really pumped to chuck this around and try it. It's just a different thing, different application, where normally you've got to use rubber or a dipstick XL. So it's a little bit smaller, gets down deeper. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Another crazy crank from Alex, much appreciated. I really like this kind of golden shiner color, just work everywhere, golden minnow. And definitely the one that Alex is the most excited about would be the king of rock and roll, the Elvis. Comes in two different sizes. We've got the deep, well, I shouldn't say the deep model, the regular model, and then the shallow model. Again, we're talking about running stuff in the prop wash up in the Northwoods. I think that this one will be heavy in the rotation. As you can see, the confidence is high in these because I already put split rings on them. So heavy in the rotation for any sort of trolling program we got going on. This is just kind of the glitter walleye. Obviously this is black perch. Just incredible paint jobs by Alex. Super awesome stuff. So I know that he is really excited about these. They have caught some serious fish already. You can see him make these on YouTube on his channel, which is super cool. But I am really excited to chuck these around. I shouldn't say chuck them. Probably troll them. I might chuck this one around. Based on the lip on this one, I don't know. Yeah, there the camera kind of picks it up. Based on the lip on this one, I don't know how much chucking I will do with this one. This one, I could probably chuck. So we'll just kind of see what happens. I really love these colors. I think that they will work well. The scale, the profile, fantastic. I cannot wait to use these more often. So that's kind of all the lures. I am jumping on a different bandwagon, not the scope bandwagon this year, but hold on here. I am gonna jump on the lithium bandwagon this season. Now, here's the thing with the lead time battery. If this thing sucks, then that means when Brian comes down here in the spring, he gets to sleep in the garage. Also, thank you, Brian, for letting me use your discount code. But we're gonna try the lithium thing. I don't know. I really hope it will work and solve some serious problems with like the way that I've been running my batteries in my boat, and hopefully that thing will run my trolling motor without issue all day long, and then I can quit splitting hairs between other batteries. So that's the goal with that one, and that's really about it. Thank you for sticking with me through this. This has been, I don't know how long I've been chatting down here. Probably longer than I need to, but I appreciate you all hanging with me. If you want to book a trip with me this season, I've got a few openings left, but not a ton. Trying to think. There's some stuff available in the Northwoods. My spring here is pretty much full. I've got some availability in the fall yet, so if you want to hop in the boat with me, please shoot me a message. I would love to get anyone and everyone who wants to go with me in the boat. But with all that said, thank you to everyone who supports me, watches this stuff, finds it helpful, learns something from it, because without you, there's really no reason to do it, because there's really, outside of helping these guys expose their products and their things that I think are very effective, there really isn't much in it for me. So those of you who stick with me through all of this and have watched it for as long as you have, much appreciated. And good luck on the water in 26, which is just a crazy thing to say because it feels like time is evaporating. And yeah, go catch a giant, catch a PB, catch a bunch of fish, whatever it is. But good luck out there, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.